Let's go ahead and jump into the second half of the show. I want to talk about some of these transfer portal players that West Virginia has brought in over the last couple of weeks. Some of this is old news. I just haven't covered it yet. Some of it is not. Some of it's newer. But we're going to talk about all of it. The first player I want to talk about is, and the first two really are on the defensive side. Actually, the first three are all on the defensive side of the ball. But anyway, linebacker Caleb, and I hope I pronounce his name right, Caleb Nuhi-Yandall or Nuhi-Yandall. He comes from Cerritos Community College. I've seen him listed as, I've read some articles that say he's listed as a junior. Some say he's a senior. I'm not really sure. But anyway, he's 6 foot tall, 240-pound linebacker out of Cerritos Community College. But his high school was Banning High School in California. He was a first-team all-conference player at Cerritos Community College in 2023. He had 52 tackles, 45 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, an interception, and 2 pass breakups. So he's a really good football player. And when I watch his film, here's really what I discovered about this young man. He gets downhill really quickly. He plays with a really high motor. He seems like a smart football player. He has good instincts from what I could see on the highlights. And again, this is very limited what we're seeing, and we're only seeing the highlights. We're not seeing the negative plays. He can move sideline to sideline and run down ball carriers. He's good in pass coverage. Like I mentioned, he did have an interception and 2 PBUs as well. So he can drop back and cover guys, in the slot or out of the running back position or whatever. But I'll tell you what I just really like about this young man. When you watch his highlights, man, he plays with an edge. To me, he's a perfect fit for what Rich Rod and his team wants to do. He plays with evil intent, so to speak. And obviously, I mean that in as a compliment and within the rules of the game. But he wants to flat out hit you, right? He's coming at you with the intent to hurt, to put you on the ground, to get you down, and to make sure you're not getting the ball up the field. I mean, he's coming at you with intent, right? Plays with an edge, and I like that. I think he's going to be a good fit. Now, is he going to come in ready to play? I don't know. He's obviously a couple weeks behind the other guys in camp, so he's going to have some catching up to do. But anytime you get a player that size at that position, I think it's a good thing. Zach Alley I know he likes guys who are smart at the linebacker spot, and apparently he sees that in this young man. So I think this is a good pickup. Can't go wrong here. Even if the young man doesn't get to play a lot, he could be a really good special teams player. He could really help you out there, and he could also be a solid body in the room as a backup, even if, that could give you some depth and help you out and give you another body at practice. And it's a body that's going to be beneficial to you because he's big enough to play at that level, at the Power 4 level, and he has experience in community college, so he's older. He's an older player. But I like this addition. I recommend you go watch this young man's highlights. Again, it's Caleb Nuhi-Yandall or Yandall. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Really good football player at the linebacker spot that Mountaineers brought in. Great pickup for this team. The second player I want to talk about, also on the defensive side of the ball, is Olu Omotosho or Omotosho. I'm not exactly sure. Or Olu Omotosho. He's another defensive player. He's 6'2", 256 pounds. He's an edge rusher, transferring over from Oregon State. He's originally from Houston, Texas. He did spend 3 years at Wyoming, another Wyoming connection, before coming over to Oregon State, where he's been the last 2 seasons. Unfortunately, he was riddled with injuries last year. He did play in 9 games, but he was banged up for most of the year, had 14 tackles, 6 QB hurries, and a tackle for loss. His best season so far was his 2022 season at Wyoming, where he had 46 tackles, 6.5 sacks, and a forced fumble. So he's shown that he can do it at the FBS level. So I like this transfer. We all know about the situation with Jamoy Robinson. He's one of the 4 players involved in the lawsuit suing the NCAA. And there's a possibility he won't be eligible to play. So, and he was one of the guys they were leaning on to rush the passer. Well, they're bringing in Olu Omotosho. I think I saw he was listed as either a four. I think I saw that he was listed as a 4-star transfer by On3. If you can get a 4-star transfer this late in the game, I mean, right here in mid-August, that's a win. That's a win to me. He has experience. He's an upperclassman. He's played at a high level. He's played at the Power 4 level. Like I said, he's been 2 years at Oregon State. You know, for his first year at Oregon State, they were in the Pac-12. So he's played in the Pac-12. He didn't play a ton, but he's played there. He's practiced against Pac-12 players every day. And again, he had some time at Wyoming as well. So I like this pickup. Again, he's going to come in a little behind everybody else, but with his experience, I don't think it'll take him long to catch up. And anytime you can add a quality pass rusher to your room or to your team, you do it. And I think they got that here. Can never have too many of those guys, especially since you got one that may not be able to play because of eligibility. The other one I want to talk about, the third one I want to talk about is another defensive player. This one is a little bit more head-scratching, I guess, but from everything I've read online, he is coming over as a preferred walk-on. So no harm done there, right? His name's Hubert Hendrickson III. He's a defensive back out of Middle Village, New York, coming over from Franklin Pierce University. It's a Division II school. Couple concerns here with this young man. Number one, he's 6'2", which I like. He's got that length, but he's only 160 pounds right now. So he's definitely going to have to hit the weight room. He's definitely going to rely on that nutrition staff to help him gain weight. 160 pounds is little for a 6'2" guy. I mean, I was one of the smallest players on my high school. I went to a small high school compared to most of these guys, and I was one of the smallest players on my team as a senior high school. I was about 5'8.5", about 160 pounds, and I was small. This young man is about that same weight, but he's 6'2". So he's very, very skinny. Another thing that concerns me, he has no experience at the college level. He did not even play, the best I can understand, at Franklin Pierce University last year. So he was not even able to – I know he was a true freshman, but he was not even able to get on the field at a D2 school. So how is he going to get on the field at West Virginia? The answer, he probably won't. Let's just be honest. This young man's coming in. I consider him a project player. He's a walk-on. Give him the opportunity to bulk up. Give him the opportunity to gain weight. You know, he does have some athleticism. He was a track runner at Franklin Pierce. I think he ran track in high school. Not super fast. He ran 11.43 100 meters, which is not blazing fast, but it's also not slow. It's faster than I could run one probably, but at least now. But, you know, give him a shot. Like I said, if he's going to be a walk-on, you know, you're not using a scholarship on him. Does he get rev share money? I'm not sure. But bring him in, see how he can do. He gives you another body in the room. And who knows? With the proper development, maybe he turns out to be a pretty darn good player. The staff must see something in him, or they wouldn't have brought him over on the roster. And I'm putting faith and trust in this staff that they're doing the right thing. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And this is the one I'm the most excited about. And his name is Tyler Jacklich. And he is going to help fill the depth problems, hopefully, at running back. Now, we've all heard about Ty Edwards. He's also one of those players involved in that lawsuit against the NCAA fighting to get eligibility. Tyler Jacklich, coming over from Merced College out of California, another California kid, 6'2", 223-pound running back. So he's a big-bodied running back. Somebody that can get you some yardage and short yardage situations, somebody that can run over people if you need him to, somebody who can help push the pile if you need him to, get that 1-2 yards that you need to get, the role that many thought Ty Edwards might play. But again, what if Ty Edwards is ruled ineligible? They had nobody else on the roster really to fill that role. And Coach Rod said they wanted a guy. They went and got a guy. He started his career at Wyoming in 23, did not play. Then he transferred over, at least didn't play much. Then he transferred over to Merced College. What I like about this young man, yes, he's big. He's 6'2", he's 223. You know, he's big enough to play right now. But despite that 6'2", 223-pound frame, he runs a 4.48 40-yard dash. He's fast, folks. 4.48 is fast for a guy who's 6'2", 223. He can flat out run people. And I like that in this young man. I think that's a great pickup. Go watch his film. I think you'll be impressed. How a young man like this was available this late in the game is kind of shocking to me. But his senior year of high school, listen to these stats. He rushed for 2,278 yards on 201 carries with 32 touchdowns his senior year of high school, which was third in the state of California. His rushing yardage was third in the entire state of California. A state that's, A, it's large. It has a lot of people. B, they put out a ton of really good football players. And for him to be the third highest rusher in the state is impressive. He had, while he was in the portal, he also held offers from Louisiana Tech and Middle Tennessee State. But again, this is a guy that they picked up late in the process. Most of the players that you pick up late in the process are guys other teams don't want for the most part. To me, this guy, I think, has a chance to be good despite that. Last season at Merced College, listen to these stats. Ran the ball 163 times for 842 yards and 9 touchdowns in only 8 games. So he put up a lot of yardage in a short amount of time at Merced College to junior college level. He also caught 12 passes for 103 yards and 2 more touchdowns. So he has good hands, can catch the ball coming out of the backfield. And which is another thing that you want to see in an offense that likes to move fast and be, they like to have different options. And we know Rich Rod likes to get the ball in the hands of his playmakers, whether it be through the air or on the ground. Usually likes to do it on the ground, but he will do it through the air if needed, as I did a video on that just a few days ago. But I'm telling you, go watch this young man play. I think you're going to be impressed. Watching his highlights, here's what I took away from it. Man, he gets to full speed quick. His first step is quick. He hits that hole quick. He gets the ball, it doesn't take him 2, 3, 4 steps to get up to speed. He's there. He hits it. As I mentioned, I was able to hit the hole very quickly. When he sees that hole, boom, he's in it. Runs downhill. He's not a guy that's going to try to juke you. He'll make one cut and go. Really good straight line speed. I mentioned his 4.48 40 time, and that's a laser time 40, so that's an official time, according to him. Doesn't have to, like I said, he's not necessarily going to juke you, but he can run through you or run by you in a lot of cases. Right? Now, 4.48, at the power 4 level, is that blazing speed? No, it's not blazing speed. But for a guy that's 6'2", 223, that's pretty darn good. And he's going to be able to outrun some D linemen. He's going to be able to outrun maybe some linebackers. And he runs. I mentioned the linebacker Caleb Nuhi-Yandall, how he played physical and played with a high motor, and was coming up to hit you with ill intentions. Tyler Jacklich runs the ball like that. He runs the ball with ill intentions. He runs it with aggression. That's the word. That's what I wrote down. He runs with aggression. He's physical. He's tough. He's going to try to run you over. But he's also fast to go along with it. So I really think this is a great pickup this late in the game, especially if you need to replace somebody like a Ty Edwards. We know that Jalen Knighton has been ruled ineligible, so he's not going to be able to play this year, the transfer from SMU due to an academic issue. So, I'm sure there's not a ton of running. They're talking about maybe bringing in Andre Devine, but he's a small, speedy back. Jacklich gives you a big body back that you can put back there with those smaller guys. So I like this pickup. I really do. I think it's a good addition, again, especially in the middle of fall camp. How long will it take him to get up to speed? And again, this could even be a good special teams player. Even if he doesn't see the field a lot on offense, he can be a good special teams player for you. Maybe not saying he'll be a returner necessarily, but he could be a blocker or even someone that plays on kickoff coverage or punt coverage even. Who knows? He's got the size to do it.